Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Simon, a second year medical student at the University of Zambia, and this video is part 2 of how to practically use active recall and spaced repetition. Now, pardon the quality of this video, I actually just used natural sunlight to shoot my videos, but these past couple of days have been really cloudy. That's why I was hesitant on whether I should shoot this video, but I couldn't wait any longer because those people who watched part 1 are going to benefit from part 2, as that is going to be more of a complete package. So I just decided to shoot this video anyway. Okay, so for those who did not watch part 1 of how to practically use active recall and spaced repetition, I would advise you that you go back and watch that after you're done with this one, regardless of the order. The order doesn't really matter, but it is important that you watch both videos so that you can get how they work together, as in these techniques, active recall and spaced repetition. Now, for those who are new to the term spaced repetition, spaced repetition is simply more like revising the same content on spaced intervals. Now, this is important because it has been scientifically proven that the brain forgets what it is not using as time goes on. So I'm going to share with you guys two practical ways in which you can use active recall and spaced repetition. These are the ways that I actually use. Now the first one is making a prospective revision plan, which I'll show you in a couple of seconds. You can either do this maybe in a book or a pen, a paper and a pen, or you can use Excel like I do. I use Excel if you have a computer and if you are comfortable with it. The other one is Anki, which I mentioned in my previous video. This one actually incorporates both active recall and spaced repetition. It is more like an inbuilt system, which I'll also show again as I share my computer screen on how I use Anki for flashcards, digital flashcards, and how it incorporates both active recall and spaced repetition. So with all that said, let's move to my computer screen. Okay, so I've already opened my file which I've already made. Unfortunately, I deleted the files that I used in my first year, which I think would have been very ideal for demonstration, but either way this is going to work as well. Okay, so I've just shown biochemistry and genetics prospective revision plan. So this is my second year course, which I haven't yet started using it, but as you can see on here in this column, I have written all the topics that I have to cover in biochemistry and genetics according to my course outline. So what I mean by a prospective revision plan: a prospective is once you revise, you simply set a date next when you're going to revise the same work again. So what I mean by this is let's come to this topic here, proteins, right? So today, I don't know if it's 21st, so let's say I revise it today. So on the 21st of March. Okay, so I can write that date, and I use a color coding technique to grade how much I remembered during my revision. Now this is for revision, so if I remembered it really well, I can color it green, to show that I remembered it very well. So because I remembered it very well, if it was my first time revising it after studying it, I can set a date maybe 4 days after, or even a week, depending on how bulky and how difficult the topic was to understand for you. So I can put probably, okay, let me just say 4 days from this date. So I'll put 25th of March. Okay, so once I write this, every morning when I'm starting a day, I'll go through my prospective revision plans for all courses to see on that specific date what topic I have to revise. Once I come back to revise, if I understand it very well, I'll set like for me, I do, once I learn a topic, like today I study it, it's done, I'll revise it tomorrow, and then I'll set 4 days after that 4 days. I'll set I actually set 10 days. From 10 days I set 3 weeks. That is if I'm understanding it really well. from 3 weeks I set a month and a half. So you see that the time becomes more spaced as you go on. So this becomes really practical because you can't manage to be revising the same topics over and over again. Yeah, so once you use that kind of technique, it becomes very practical and very manageable, because some topics you are going to find that after revision you are going to revise them in the next maybe 3 months, and that is how the brain works. Once you have revised it, you are following that spaced repetition terms, the memory goes into the long-term memory. It shifts from the short-term memory, so you'll be able to remember it much better. So from the 25th I can color code it according to how well I could remember it. If I could remember it fairly well, I'll color code it yellow, and if I could only remember it really not that good, I'll set a date which is a bit closer. Maybe I can put 3 days after that. Or if let's say I couldn't remember anything really well, I'll color code it red. Now this is danger. So this one basically means that probably you did not understand the topic really well, so I'll have to schedule a date to relearn, to restudy the topic. Now that won't take a lot of time because I already have knowledge about it. So you have to restudy it and make sure that you understand it and set another date. Yeah, so that is how you actually use a prospective revision plan. Now one thing to note from this revision plan is, once you set a date, it is not always going to be very much perfect that you're going to maybe revise it on that same actual day. Yeah, so sometimes it is going to happen that you're going to be busy on that day, so that date is supposed to give you a feel around when you're going to revise it. Sometimes I used to revise the topics maybe a day earlier or a day after. You just have to be very realistic with yourself, because some days are going to be busy and not all days are going to be the same. So this is very good, because you move, the entire course will be revised as you go through your studies. Even in the times of exams, you won't have to starting from first topic revising as if I don't know. So you find that a lot of work you have already revised. So studying new content and revision will be going hand in hand, which is how learning actually is supposed to be. We're not supposed to learn everything and then forget it and then revise it again. Yeah, that is not how we are supposed to do it. So that is for a prospective revision plan on Excel. As I talked earlier in my part 1 of this video, the revisions I do are going to be in active recall. So the time I come to revise on these dates that I have set, I do not go and reread the notes. That's a waste of time. So you use active recall. So if you don't know what active recall means, watch my previous video on part 1 and even the other video on my most effective study techniques. You get to understand everything from there. So I think this is it for the prospective revision plan. Let's move to Anki. Alright guys, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope it was really helpful. Remember to like, share and subscribe to my channel. I also want you to comment down in the comment section below. That comment section is for you guys. I want to tell me your views about this video, how you found it. I want you to tell me other things, ask me questions on what things you have questions on, so that I can know exactly what content to produce in the near future, and let's make this interactive. Comment down in the comment section below. I read and reply to all comments, so kindly do that, as it will be very much appreciated. Alright guys, see you next time.